guys, so in this video what I'm going to show you is a high bar back squat. Now, there is a difference between a high bar and a low bar back squat. The clue is kind of in the name. It is where the bar is positioned on your back. So, for a high bar back squat, what I want you to do is set the bar up so it's just underneath your shoulders, because we have to be able to get this ridge up. If you don't know how to set the squat rack up, then please do refer to that video because there is a separate video on that. What I want you to do is look at the smooth on this bar and then the ridges. And what I want you to do is put your thumb, the edge of your thumb, up to where the smooth meets the ridgy part on both sides. Then I just want you to move your thumb out of the way and clasp the bar. That's already going to be in the right position, because what you don't want to do is come under the bar and start aimlessly trying to work out where the middle is, because you're going to have absolutely no idea whether you are level or not. Whereas if you position your hands in the right place from this side and now step under the bar, you know you are going to be exactly equal across that bar, and it's not going to leave you doing this trying to squat. We don't want to be doing that, guys. So thumb, and then pop underneath. Now, this is the #1 mistake so many people make. The bar is not sitting across my neck. There is a bone that sits right at the base of your neck, and if you position this bar in that point, it's gonna fucking hurt. Another rule of thumb, we never, ever, ever use these pads for our necks when we are squatting. That is not what they are here for. You need to toughen up, suck it up, build some muscle. And by the way, it never gets comfortable. It just gets slightly easier the stronger and more muscle you build. But we do not want to be using that neck pad, because what it does is create instability. And again, if you get caught with some serious weight and you're not stable, you are putting yourself at risk, and we do not want to be doing that. So, the position for a high bar sits across that top point in your shoulders. That is where we want to be. So we're not across the top of my neck. I'm actually bringing it across the top of my shoulders. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to start directly under the bar, take one step back. Again, I don't want to be taking a million steps around and walking this thing about when I've got a load of weight on there, because your goal is to get stronger. And if you're waggling around with that weight, it's going to get really hard and you're wasting energy. What you're going to do is your natural squat. Now, when it comes to high bar, the aim, there is a saying, and it's called ass to grass. The point of these is to go as deep and low as you can. So I mean, I can actually get down there. We don't need to go that deep. Your depth might look like that. It might look like that. But eventually, you want to be able to get really, really low. But again, this is baby steps. I want you to go to the point that your body is comfortable and where you feel safe performing that squat. I don't want you to go too deep, but if you can go deeper, and the moment you start to add weights to this bar, you suddenly can't go as deep, then I'd actually prefer for you to take the weights off and get that depth over that weight. We need to build up the strength to be able to add the weight and keep the depth. Now, here is a bit of a trick that may help you out if you are struggling with ankle mobility, because when we squat, we need to be able to drive our knees over our ankles. And usually as adults, we don't really spend that much time on our ankle mobility. So if you need to, grab what we call a couple of baby biscuits, put them in the right place for where you would be stepping back to do your squat. So for me, that's probably about there. So I'm just going to set up in the same way that I did before, push off, take that step back, and I just want the edge of my heels, not the middle of my trainer. I just want the edge of my heels to be placed on these plates. You might have wedges in your gym. If you do, by all means use them. And now, that's going to allow me to squat and get deeper, because it's driving my knees over my toes. When we're ready to re-rack and we have done our sets, all I want you to do is walk it to the bar, see one side in, and then see the other side in, and then you can duck out from underneath knowing that this is perfectly safe and exactly back in the starting position.